Brett, thanks for joining us today. You know, you've gone through this before with kind of that Patriots week. How do you take the mindset that you're going to start so you're ready that way? How do you approach this week with the uncertainty at the position?
Yeah, I think I've said it to you guys before. I take the same approach every single week, and that's with the opportunity to play. Whether I start, whether I have to come off the bench. It stays consistent every single week. I always, even if I'm not getting the reps, I'm out there taking mental reps, getting myself ready.
Next one, Ryan.
Hey, Brett, it's been a long time since that Jet game, but what kind of foundation was that experience for you that is helping you this week prepare for maybe starting?
Yeah, I think that was a very valuable experience. One, I proved to myself I could go out there and get a win. And obviously learned a lot throughout that game. There was some ups, there was some downs there in the fourth quarter, and I had to fight back from some adversity. So a lot of good lessons to learn from that game, and definitely will help me going forward.
Next one, Arnie.
Hey, Brett, Drew was just talking about how, 4 picks last week, he's got to wash it away. You had 3 picks in your victory, but then you haven't played since. So has it been harder to wash that away, or is it something you evaluate and then move on from?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was gone on Tuesday morning after or whatever it was after the Jets game. I mean, it's something you can't dwell on as a quarterback. You got to take a day-to-day approach in this league and learn from your mistakes. And I've obviously learned from those, and will help me moving forward.
We'll go next one, Andrew Mason.
Hey, Brett, Pat mentioned earlier that the responsibility for adjusting protections pre-snap, of course, starts with the QB and center. So after the game plus that you've played, where do you feel you are at this compared to, say, when you first got in the league, and how do you get better at this?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a team effort out there for sure, I think. Obviously, Cush is making the initial call when we get up to the line, and it's our job to see if we need to adjust or, if we have a hot built in, throw hot. And I think that, for the most part, we've done a pretty good job of, finding our hot answers, this being Drew. I think we all can improve in that quarterback room is, in some of those situations, those 3rd and long situations, where defenses are going to try to make you throw hot and they're going to rally and tackle you short of the line to gain. That's kind of where you need to be really dialed in and make sure that you're seeing any overloads, knowing your rules, like, hey, if I get 2 from the second level on this side, we got to change it. And that just comes from film study, seeing the little tips that you can find, to know where they're pressuring from and then go out and attack it and beat it.
Next one, Mike.
Yeah, Brett, you say that you approach every week, whether you're playing or not, but have you received a hint? Don't you get a hint? Like, you knew you were starting the Jets week, right? I mean, you got anything like, in light of Drew's situation, a little more anticipation you may play this week?
Not necessarily. I mean, we were out there splitting reps today. It's kind of really just day to day on how Drew feels, just like Vic's been telling you guys. And, I'm going about it like I'm playing this week. So, I don't know what'll happen on Sunday, but, like I said, I take the same mentality every week.
Time for a few more. Next one, Brandon.
Hey, Brett, sort of piggybacking off Mace's question, because you've played now a little bit, does that change the way you look at things when you're talking to Drew? Obviously, you played preseason games last year, but having gone so long without being in the game, now playing in those games, I think that has that changed a bit in these recent weeks when you all have talked on the sidelines?
What standpoint?
Just you see the game differently, I got to think, having now been in there and having versus whatever advice you're going to give them that you're seeing from the sideline. I know that it was a limited sample size, but has that changed at all?
I wouldn't say so necessarily. I'm talking to him about, things that they're doing on defense. And, I kind of figured I've understood the defenses before I got in that Jets game. And, I think we're always trying to, when he's getting off the sideline, talking about, the last series, what they're giving us on certain situations, down and distances, what we can expect if we get this called on the next series. And so I don't think the communication has changed much there.
Okay, final one, Zach Stevens.
Hey, Brett, how important are practice reps for you during the week, and how beneficial was it to get all of them yesterday and then split them today?
Yeah, very beneficial. Working on timing, getting routes on air with some of the one receivers as well, kind of feeling how they're coming out of their breaks, talking through how you want certain things to look versus certain coverages. And, this is an interesting week where, it's kind of Drew and I both conversing about, hey, what we want to see from them. And I'm having to make sure that, I'm talking to Drew and make sure that he sees it the same way. So that, if he does play, we're all on the same page.